Just 2 days after a disappointing start to the season, the third-ranked Washington Lee men's soccer team looks to bounce back in a big way today with a win. It's a new era for Generals men's soccer as head coach Umuba Shabazz enters his first season on the sidelines for the Blue and White with hopes of keeping the Generals in the national championship conversation. We say hello and welcome to Alston Parker Watt Field on the campus of Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia on this overcast day. Thanks so much for joining us on the Washington Lee Sports Network alongside Shane Riley. I'm Kaden Buss. And Shane, it was a disappointing loss, no doubt, last week. But Coach Shabazz and the Generals can bounce back in a big way today against the landmark conference champions. What went wrong against Johns Hopkins last week, Shane?
Well, it certainly was not the start Coach Shabazz was hoping to get off to, especially in his first game. Being shut out 2-0 at home, no matter what time of the year it is not a great way to start your season. For the Generals, discipline was lacking in the match. 4 yellow cards coming in within about 20 minutes of each other. The frustration after conceding 2 early second-half goals was clearly mounting, and the Generals looked to stay composed in that part of the field today. Another area of struggle for the Generals was finishing scoring opportunities. WLU had twice as many shots as the Blue Jays, with 16 to their 8, yet only 5 were on goal. Patience on the offensive end and finding the best shot will certainly be imperative today if the Generals hope to get their 2024-2025 campaign going off well. And lastly, defensively, the Generals managed to lock down in the first half, but unfortunately in the second half they conceded within about a minute. So they're going to hope to come out today just as strong as they do to start the game in the second half.
Yeah, and just to walk through last week's loss against Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins is a really solid team. They're ranked nationally 24th, another top 25 opponent, the only one right now on the General schedule. But as you know, throughout the season that can definitely change, Shane. So in the first half, started out 0-0. W&L came out really hot, and for the first 7, 8, 9 minutes, if you told me that they were to lose 2-0, I would have been really shocked because W&L really came out and just dominated on Johns Hopkins half of the field. But then after, things got a little more stagnant. The heat got to the Generals. It was a hot day, and the Generals really just weren't able to get anything going on offense. They came out really stagnant in the second half, and Johns Hopkins scored, like you mentioned, within the first 70 seconds of halftime. Just 12 minutes later, Johns Hopkins hit a second goal that took out almost all of the air of this W&L team. But W&L really has a really solid roster with undoubtedly their best player, Wemi Agbayegbe, returning after being the ODAC Offensive Player of the Year. Will Joseph back in goal, superb goalkeeper, and a backline of the likes of Captain PJ Ryan, Will Luke, and Spencer Furman coming into his second year.
You can't forget Asa Tuki, too. He's back there, always producing a lot of assists for us. He's a great player, great veteran for us, and he'll look to have a big game today.
Yeah, and really a big factor that we saw that hopefully won't be as big of a factor for W&L today was the heat. Now we're going to move over to Catholic. So what did you think of Catholic's season last year in their loss versus Roanoke? Catholic went down against Roanoke in their ODAC conference playing out of conference in the schedule 3-2, and came up short with a comeback. They went down 3-2, but had a goal with just about 10 minutes left from Joe DeAngelis. Owen Allegro, the goalkeeper, finished with 4 saves, but still wasn't enough to lift the Cardinals over Roanoke College.
And you got to think, too, that both these coaches are new to their jobs, so they're both looking to get their first win of the day. So both teams will be hungry to play well and get a win for their new coaches.
Exactly, like you mentioned, Shane. Umuba Shabazz, the new Generals coach, coming over, 20-plus years experience as a soccer player, and now looking to continue this Generals legacy of undoubtedly superb play.
And then, of course, for Catholic, Connor Keenan is coming in from his stint at King's College in Pennsylvania, and he also was previously the assistant at Catholic, so he has some history here, and he's looking to lead his team to a big win and hopefully another conference championship at the end of the season.
Now we'll step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, both teams will take field.
Starting lineups, starting with the
and
Cardinals.
We'll have the first
Starting
kickoff.
Goal, a senior from Clifton.
opportunity. Lewin shot the front fin. Equalizer's been found. We are tied at 2.
And Agbagbe slides it by him. Washington Elite goes up 2-0.
Great save.
Agbagbe across another defender has Kuig at the top of the 18. Kuig cuts it back. Kuig into the back of the net. Washington Elite equalizes. Buster Kuig.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
that'll take him. Berman outside to Asa Tukey. Catholic on the attack with a nice cross in over the goalkeeper's head, over Joseph's head. But Catholic just getting some outside pressure.
A little overzealous there with that pass.
Will Joseph now with the goal kick. Joseph, a member of residence life staff here on W&L's campus, a CA. Got to know him well as myself and RA and got to talk to him a little bit. Says he loves the game of soccer. They're really looking to take that next step forward as a keeper for this W&L team that made the Final Four next year as Taha Kaba gets after with a tough play as Owen Maher was there on the challenge.
Yeah, Joseph was a big part of that run that W&L made last season, so he's looking to take a big step forward and hopefully push this team to that next level, the national championship aspirations that they have.
In the Elite Eight, Joseph was able to get the game-winning save and penalties. Just an absolutely awesome moment here for this General Soccer team as Catholic granted advantage as a foul called on W&L.
Both teams today kind of going back and forth. No one really able to dominate possession so far. We'll see how that progresses as the game goes on.
And again, just like last week, it seems like W&L has come out with a lot of pressure as Catholic plays it out to Domenico Coltabiano, who loses it. Now Dimitri Tola has it on the outside. Looks like he's grabbed a little bit by the Catholic defender. Played back to Asa Tukey. Outside to Taha Kaba. To the first year, Ryan Sharp, who's fouled on the outside. It's like instead W&L will just be granted a throw-in. Generals fans not too happy with that as Wemi Agbayegbe is tripped up. And it looks like Wemi Agbayegbe is going to go to the penalty stripe for a pen and the chance for W&L's first goal of the year. He'll be facing James Pickrell, the senior goalkeeper.
Can't tell, was that in the box?
Definitely looked like Wemi Agbayegbe was inside the box, but instead, the referee is deciding they're going to grant free kick for W&L. It'll be Lucas Pleasance or Dimitri Tola. And from up here, it looked like to us, Shane, that penalty was definitely inside the box.
I'm not sure. I guess the ref has a better vantage point than we do, but I'm pretty sure he was in the box.
Dimitri Tola crossing, and Lucas Pleasance take it, and Lucas Pleasance still able to put it in the goal underneath the wall of Catholic defenders.
They were not prepared for that at all. They had not expected that. Everyone jumped on the wall.
How about Lucas Pleasance, the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina? He had 4 goals and 5 assists last year to give the Generals their first goal of the year and the lead early. here just 15 minutes into their second game of the season.
It was quite the shot. Nobody on Catholic's expecting that ball to go under the wall, and slid right through, and the goalie was not prepared.
Like we were saying earlier, it looked like that penalty was definitely in the box. If you go back and look at it, Wemi Agbe was fouled hard, and instead the referee's granting them free kick outside of the box. But still, Lucas Pleasant's able to just sneak it right under the wall and past the diving arms of James Pickrell. Catholic getting after it now, trying to equalize this game early, responding with a lot of energy. It's a little bit of a two-man game between Ben Zimmer and Azaria Tawaderos.
That goal probably comes quite a bit of a shock to Catholic, because W&L weren't awarded the penalty in the box, and then they think they'd probably get away with one, and then the ball slips right underneath them.
How about Lucas Pleasance? Beautiful shot as Taha Kaba playing a through ball up to Wemi Agbaegbe. Disrupted by number 6, Owen Maher, the senior defender, trying to provide a veteran presence on that back line. Owen Maher, a first-team all-landmark defender last year, looking to take that next step forward as a senior. Try to hold down this Catholic defense. So, you know, in the game of soccer, like we saw in game 1 for the Generals just this time, things can snowball so fast. If you get down for just 1 second, Catholic could go down 2-0, and that could be it. But Catholic really getting after it here now, showing a lot of energy early.
And with the Generals, they don't want to get complacent here with that 1-goal lead, because, like you said, anything can happen.
The beautiful ball, through ball, out to the outside for Catholic, just not able to make anything happen. And Spencer Furman, the composure just to clear the ball out of bounds.
And if I'm W&L here, I want to keep up the pressure. Just because you have that 1-goal lead, you don't want to sit on it.
Number 5, Liam Giblin really getting after it, but how about P.J. Ryan, the senior captain, who's knocked down by Giblin? Generals having the option to take advantage. Instead, just pass it back to P.J. Ryan. So Will Joseph now will come up to take the free kick off the foul.
For Shabazz, coming in as a new coach, that first game, you think it would take some time to establish that identity as a team, your identity as a coach that you want your team to display. And in that first game, the first half, they were able to come out and be strong, and then in the second half, they kind of fell off. But here, W&L asserting themselves early and trying to get that win for their first coach, or their new coach.
Catholic really getting after it now, still trying to play, but Spencer Furman coming up from his normal spot as a center back and cleared up by P.J. Ryan, but now Catholic trying to take control of it. There's Will Luke out to the first year. Ryan Sharp is trying to get a run going here for the Generals with a through ball that's just intercepted by Owen Maher once again, who's been everywhere on defense for the Generals.
Catholic today have been a little bit strong on a lot of their passes. Overkicking a few of them. Unforced errors. Speaking of unforced errors, the Generals kicked the ball right back out of bounds after throwing it in.
Maximilian Pensar playing it up to Michael Hanlon. To Liam
Catholic.
Giblin on the outside, who's been getting chippy with P.J. Ryan.
Catholic are struggling with W&L's pressure right now. Really struggling to hold on to the ball for any length of time.
Dimitri Tola. Pressure applied by the Catholic defender.
Tola's been very active today. Crossing the ball to the other side of the field and he did have that run early in the game that looked like it could have been a goal-scoring opportunity.
There's Wemi Agbayegbe playing it right near the back line. Between him and Taha Kaba, you got two superb strikers. Taha Kaba really getting after it now, fighting for possession, and he's able to almost split Michael Holdings. Spencer Furman coming up from his center back spot, clearing it with a nice pass to Taha Kaba, who couldn't handle it, and now Catholic is trying to get something going, but again, P.J. Ryan in the back line holding together this W&L defense.
If I'm Catholic here, I want to establish some good possession because their passes have been very errant. The nerves may be getting to them after conceding early.
This W&L goes quickly, and it's just right in between, but looks like Dimitri Tula is able to rip a good shot right inside the 18.
Great save.
It's a great save there from James Pickrell. Willie Hall playing up from his normal spot as a defender, trying to get second goal for W&L, but it's played out of bounds. Now it'll be a Washington and Lee corner. It's Taha Kaba runs off, and Buster Kuig, the junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 3 goals, 8 assists last year. Really can make a lot happen and provide a spark off the bench as the Generals look to take the lead.
And for Catholic, Joe DeAngelis checks back in, so good news for them. He's doing all right after leaving the field earlier with that apparent face or head injury.
Now it'll be the first year Ryan Sharp, who's been impressive so far.
Very active today.
Take the corner, played into the box, but Spencer Furman was just not able to get his head on it, but it'll be played back to Ryan Sharp. He's fouled on the outside, but he might have been called off sides, as he wasn't able to really get back over that defensive line of Catholic, who did a good job of getting up and pressing Washington Lee, so that.
Yeah, it's important if you're the corner man, if the ball's coming back to you, you got to make sure that you push yourself far enough, because it's easy just to sit there. But if the defenders are all up, then the ball can't come to you. DeAngelis on the side.
DeAngelis coming back in and trying to provide a spark. But with Furman on the defense, applying pressure, with a deflected out of bounds.
More subs coming in.
So now it'll be Liam Giblin checking off. In for Catholic, it's number 12, Jacob Rocha. Number 25, in for Holden Woodings. Number 25, Andrew Lohman, the defender. It's Ben Zimmer also checks out. And now for W&L, it'll be number 23, Matthew Jenkins, who didn't see the field in the first half.
And then for Ben Zimmer there, Charlie Paparella came in, number 29.
A lot of subs here early in the game for both W&L and Catholic. Trying to keep fresh legs as Andrew Lohman able to come in and provide a spark, really getting after it, but Buster Kuig there. It's intercepted as he gets tripped up. Looks like he was almost slipped over his own feet.
Turf Monster got him there. Great defense there from Tukey.
Issa Tukey playing it up to Wemi Agbayegbe. Coming in back. You don't see him this far on the Generals' third that often. Able to play a nice through ball to Willie Hall. Out to Dimitri Tola. Here's Tola.
Great passing from Tola today.
Nice ball to Lucas Pleasance. Just too much on that through ball as both Matthew Jenkins and Wemi Agbayegbe right there. Good heads-up play there from James Pickrell, able to get out of the goal. Apply some pressure and just at the just inside the 18, able to make the save.
W&L's keeping this pressure up. They're trying to get another one. Catholic, they've had a couple opportunities since that W&L goal.
Willie Hall getting after it, and Lucas Pleasance also playing in the air, but there's P.J. Ryan going against Catholics. Joe DeAngelis and P.J. Ryan playing a superb game in the back so far today.
Yeah, W&L's defense has been very locked down so far. Similar shades to that game against Johns Hopkins.
It's Buster Kuig with a nice ball through to Wemi Agbayegbe, and Agbayegbe able to almost sneak it past James Pickerel, who came out of the goal, tried to make the save, but Wemi Agbayegbe is down.
Great vision there from Kuig. That was an excellent pass.
Just offside the left post, but now if you're a Generals fan, this is not what you want to see. Wemi Agbayegbe down, looking like he's in a little pain, but he's going to be able to get up on his own. The third-team All-American, ODAC Offensive Player of the Year. Real monster for W&L. Wemi Agbayegbe is able to get back up after almost sneaking it past James Pickerel, just being off the left post. Pickerel's able to play it up, headed by Michael Hanlon out to the outside. But Lucas Pleasance is there to play. Played back again to this W&L defensive line that's held strong so far. Been possessing the ball well and playing it up.
Yeah, they've been playing it out of the back really well, getting good looks. Great passing so far from the Generals.
Looks like Will Luke was fouled.
There's nothing going Catholic's way right now.
Played to the outside. Willie Hall back to Lucas Pleasant. Two-man game, but just off the end of Willie Hall's legs, just out of his reach. As W&L keep possession, keep pressure on Catholic. Really getting after it here so far. A nice outside ball by Asa Tukey to Kuig to Tukey. As it just deflected off a couple of Catholic and W&L players.
Yeah, the pass there was just a little long for Agbayegbe. Couldn't quite corral it.
Kuig getting after it, and there's Jenkins, who's able to provide a spark off the bench, really getting after it in that second half versus Hopkins, trying to make a comeback even though they weren't able to score, playing in the midfield, hustling to every ball. It's all you can ask if you're Coach Shabazz.
And Coach Shabazz has to be happy with the intensity that W&L has come out with this half. Even despite the goal, keeping it up, putting the pressure on. They've had quite a good few opportunities since that goal.
Will Luke with a good look there, some space in the middle, but just a little bit of sloppy dribbling. So close to having a golden opportunity. It's played back to Will Luke, to Jenkins, to Tukey. Here's Tukey on the outside, and there's Jenkins hustling to the ball. But James Pickerel, again, hustling out of that goal, and he's been really aggressive off his line today. Not afraid to get out there, play with the defenders, and put his body on the line for this Catholic team because, as you know, a lot of the times when you go down 2 goals, that's a whole different game than being down 1. All it takes is one play for Catholic to get back into this game.
Yeah, it'll be important for their goalie back there to keep up that pressure because W&L has a lot of space to work with on offense right now.
Will Luke getting after it on defense. Tukey on the pressure.
Catholic will look to hold the ball here. They've really struggled with possession so far.
Here's the captain, Owen Maher, slowing it down, trying to get some shape to this Catholic offense.
Calm the nerves a little bit there. They've just looked antsy out there. Their passes haven't been where they need to be. Their dribbling's been a little sloppy, but here they go. Here they get something going.
Here's Dominic Coltabiano, but Will Joseph right there to clear the ball up. Looks like Buster Kuig pressuring after it. And here's Wemi Agbaegbe with a beautiful ball to Jenkins. Jenkins is off and running. Back inside for Agbaegbe. Agbaegbe trying to take it himself. Looks like he almost was able to dribble past 3 or 4 Catholic defenders that were surrounding him. You got to think, Shane, that if you're Catholic, you're really, and Catholic and Coach Kaden are probably really looking to key in on Wemi Agbaegbe, knowing that the player he is for W&L and all that he can do.
Yeah, before Agbaegbe, if they do double team him, triple team him like that, that'll give him plenty of opportunities to look for the assist down the side, either to Jenkins, Tukey if he comes up, or anybody that really comes up, Kuig too.
So now it'll be Nick Aposlu checking in for Wemi Agbaegbe, who's applauded for his effort so far through this game by the Generals crowd. Nick Aposlu is sophomore from Ashburn, Virginia. Had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 5 shots on goal last year. Looking to take that step forward. He appeared in 24 games and had the game-winning goal versus Shenandoah early in the regular season last year. Really looking to take that next step as a sophomore. Now he's gotten his feet wet and trying to ascend to that player that he believes he can be.
And a couple subs there for Catholic too, bringing in number 8 Hayden Lim, and number 30 and 31 Tommaso Bertololi, number 30, and Francesco Matucci, number 31. And actually,
the first year, number 16 Ricardo Sanchez from New Jersey, also subbing in for W&L and really getting after it here early. A lot of subs for both teams.
A lot of first years for both teams coming in too.
Trying to get after it. So it looks like Jenkins is down, grabbing his leg.
Yeah, both teams, especially early in the season when the games may not, well, every game matters, but when the games are not mattering as much and you're not in like that conference play, you want to get your younger players in to get them that experience so that if they do need to be called upon, they're ready to play. So it's...
Well, for both teams, you know, Coach Shabazz for the Generals, Coach Keenan for Catholic, both new coaches really trying to fit different pieces in, see what their rotation is going to be like for the year, trying to learn all these teams. As the first year, Ricardo Sanchez stepping up, taking the free kick. It's deflected out to Willie Hall. Nice cross inside as Jenkins tried. Jenkins was right there with a Catholic defender. But again, it'll be Ricardo Sanchez trotting out to the corner to take the corner kick for the Generals.
Second corner of the day for the Generals, looking to get a more accurate ball in with this one.
Here's Sanchez. Inside, but again deflected away by Catholic. Right there for the rebound. Justin Sechanio, another first year.
Just unable to control that one. Both corners now deflected out by Catholic. W&L is going to look to remedy that. Had a lot of corners last game, 7 of them, but unable to find the net with those. So hopefully their set pieces will look a little better. We did see a set piece goal earlier, though, of course, with that great shot for W&L's only goal.
Catholic with the throw-in. Joe DeAngelis is up there pressuring. Now played back to Spencer Furman, and again, it's W&L backline holding real strong, possessing the ball well. Laying it up to Buster Kuig, to Jenkins in the middle, looking, surveying, pressured, back to Kuig. The through ball to Aposlu, and Aposlu is just a step too slow to that one. If Aposlu is able to get a little bit more of a running start, would have been
great through balls today, just a hair bit ahead of him.
Buster Kuig really providing a lot for the Generals early in this game, facilitating.
Yeah, his energy off the bench has been great. A lot of the Generals' energy off the bench has been great. They look to keep that going. energy really is a focal point for them today, though, because last game they really came out flat in that second half. They really want to emphasize staying strong, keeping the pressure up.
Catholic playing good defense, looking to possess. Buster Kuig was really getting after it, but again, Catholic just unable to possess and really just kicked it back.
Just very inaccurate passes today.
Maybe looking to try to play it up so that Catholic can start playing in the Generals' third of the field, but Will Joseph so calm, cool, and composed. The nice pass out to Asa Tukey. Catholic able to win possession, just skips off Sandor Franch's leg.
Nobody in the box there for Catholic. Only one guy.
No one up there pressuring, and Will Joseph just able to cruise to the save. If you're Catholic, really, you got to get after it here. And I think they're so focused on defensively shutting out the Generals, their midfield isn't able to hustle all the way back up.
Yeah, of course you don't want to overextend and force the issue, but there really was nobody on offense there for him for that cross.
This looks like Buster Kuig will be hit with a foul. Looks like he bumped Catholic player in the air. So now it'll be Owen Maher. Is it outside to Maximilian Pensar? Pensar to Lohman. Back to Pensar. Pensar playing it up. Catholic looking to try to get something going, but again, Will Joseph there to clean it up. Joseph playing it up right away, trying to get the Generals going fast, and can kind of sense that this Catholic midfield and backline are getting tired. So Jenkins is there to clean it up. No one in the midfield for Catholic as Tukey comes all the way up. A nice outside ball to Buster Kuig from Sesciano. And Buster Kuig just not able to get the cross that he wants as it's cleaned up by James Pickrell.
Looks like that knocked Tukey's arm there, but they're not going to give it a handball.
Furman outside to Willie Hall. Willie Hall to Sesciano.
For W&L, you have to be very happy with the way this half has gone so far. Really no real chances for Catholic. They've had a few crosses, but no real dangerous threats and constant pressure on offense.
Here's a Poslu getting after it. Being aggressive and just deflected out by the Catholic defender.
For another big throw here.
It'll be P.J. Ryan once again. That rocket of an arm that he has. Playing it right inside to the box, and that's dangerous for Catholic as Jenkins able to get in the air. But just not able to knock it through.
Couldn't get a clean head on it.
Will Maher playing it up, but no Catholic players on offense there to receive the ball.
Looks like they're just trying to take it into the half with just the 1-goal deficit.
It's P.J. Ryan with a nice ball over to Asa Tukey. Tukey dribbling through traffic. Tukey loses it. And here's a chance for Catholic. Lorenzo Carletti has it on the outside, but W&L pouncing on him. Beautiful shot that just sails over Will Joseph's head. And out of bounds.
A little overzealous there again with that. Not sure if that was meant to be a pass or a shot, but just way over the head of the goalie. No real threat there.
Catholic having an opportunity as Asa Tukey came up from his normal right back spot and was trying to break the pressure through the middle of the field, and he was out of position. But here's Tukey again.
Yeah, he recovered well, though. The whole defense really got back well there and surrounded Catholic, making that shot very difficult for them.
Andrew Lohman plays it back to Maximilian Pensar. Back to the goalkeeper Pickrell. There's Owen Maher.
Catholic like that are finally settling into this game now a little bit. Keeping the ball a little bit, having possession, settling those nerves.
Pensar playing an up ball, but again, no Catholic forwards there to receive it.
Yeah, he's looking for those vertical runs, but nobody's making them.
Willie Hall just there, able to possess it, and now Will Joseph just holding the ball in the back line. No Catholic forwards really pressuring. It's Asa Tukey boots it, and it just sails out of bounds. Looks like Buster Kuig was looking to receive it.
There's some miscommunications going on right now between that Catholic back line and their forwards.
Looks like Buster Kuig, among many other Generals players, getting a little fatigued here. As Tukey's playing it up to Ricardo Sanchez.
Versing the field here. Just having heavy feet.
Catholic player Jacob Rocha there to receive, but W&L able to hustle back with a slide tackle out of bounds. Now it'll be a Catholic throw in on the opposite side of the field. Again, Catholic really having nothing going here, so just playing it back to their back line. It's Maximilian Pensar outside, and it looks like that'll be a nice run for Andrew Lohman. Pass it and it's just broken up, but Buster Kuig doing everything so far early.
And
nice
Tukey
passes.
there. Getting his feet on it. Good
now,
deflection.
Now number 28, Ayush Kataria, will be checking in for Justin Cecchiano. And number 4, Trey Peterson. Both first years checking in for W&L with 3 minutes, looking to give a strong end to the half. So there's a nice run.
A lot of faces already making an appearance on the field this game for W&L. Which, like we said earlier, Coach Shabazz is trying to figure out his rotation, figure out who he likes in his system. Which the only way to do that is to trial and error with all your players.
Be a corner for W&L. Kicked into the box. Right there to receive is Willie Hall, but deflected.
Great block there
By Charlie Paparella.
That would have been a powerful shot.
As Nick Apostolou gets a good look, playing it inside to the box. No one there for W&L to receive. It's P.J. Ryan hustling. And a physical play there between P.J. Ryan and Charlie Paparella, the sophomore midfielder for Catholic. Looks like it's nothing but good play as you see both players exchanging a handshake. Now it'll be the first-year Sanchez.
Apostolou on that run there was unmarked. It's dangerous for Catholic, but unfortunately they were able to deflect it out of play.
Sanchez playing it inside of the box and just a little bit too much on it as W&L tried to clean it up. Just a minute 40 left in this half. If you're both teams, you're just trying to minimize damage. If you're W&L, you can be happy with going up 1-0 into the half. Catholic, you got to think you can see some heavy legs out there, but looking for one more goal-scoring opportunity. It's Pickrell. Have the goal kick. It's Pickrell. Playing it up, but there's Matthew Jenkins for the Generals. It just slips off the end. Maxim Pensar's feet, but Pensar able to hustle back, and it'll be Catholic ball.
Half. 1 minute.
Just 1 minute to go.
Got to think both teams here not really wanting to take any risks this final minute, because for either team, another goal going up on that board would be at this point, not a good thing. But a lot of times you do see those last-minute goals because the team gets complacent and they allow one through.
Peterson on the outside, looking for a run. Pass it into traffic, but Peterson hustling back. Be played back to Furman. Furman to Ryan. Just 21 seconds left in this half. Up to Willie Hall. Willie Hall getting after it. As it looks like there'll be a foul on Willie Hall. Just 8 seconds to go. Doesn't look like Catholic will hustle to this one, and they'll just be content going down by 1 after this half. So Shane, what did you see in this first half, and where do you think W&L can improve, and how can Catholic get back into this game?
Well, for W&L, it was absolutely great offensive pressure, especially really early in that half. The forwards are moving up, great through balls, great crosses, and of course, that great free kick goal to get them up 1-0. And then for Catholic, they really need to bring up their intensity. That offensive pressure was almost non-existent. They would cross the ball forward and no one would be there to receive it. So for them, they really need to focus on that offense. Defensively, they did well that second half of that first half. They managed to limit W&L's opportunities, and when they got them, they cleared them pretty well. W&L defensively really haven't had to face too much of anything, so for that, keep it up for them.
After 45 minutes of plays, the Generals lead Catholic University 1-0 after a Lucas Pleasance goal. After Wemi Agbaegbe was fouled, inside, outside the box, whatever you want to debate. Whatever happened, it resulted in a W&L goal, and W&L will be content going into this half up 1-0 for the first time in Lumumba Shabaz's career. He's got a lead at half for this Generals team.
He's got to be feeling very good about this half.
For sure, and they'll be stepping aside and come back after half for another 45 minutes of play.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
If you can make an everyday activity into an Olympic sport and be really successful at it, what would that be?
Getting out of my bed as soon as possible.
I'm gonna go brushing my teeth. I think I do that well.
Probably sleeping through my alarm.
10-minute naps. Forgetting just what I need at the exact time that I need it and not knowing where it is.
Taking a look at my wristwatch.
Probably fixing my hair.
I'd say making omelets. I'd say like waking up right on time for your alarm before it goes off.
Running late and then getting there on time. I would say Clash Royale.
Waking up to my alarm.
Making my bed.
Listening to music and cleaning.
Probably taking long showers.
Probably watching YouTube.
I don't know how we compete on this, but maybe just sleeping in cars.
Binge watching TV shows.
What everyday activity could you turn into an Olympic sport and be really successful at?
Speeding.
I'd say getting out of bed and getting to class in under 10 minutes.
Sleeping in. Fixing my room. Walking downstairs. I'm really good at that.
Probably showering.
Mowing the lawn.
Sitting on the couch.
Catching little pieces of food in my mouth, like an M&M, a Skittle. Toss that thing 20 feet in the air, I'm gonna catch it.
Probably just putting on fits. Taking the longest showers. Waking up and leaving on time as quickly as possible.
Probably Overwatch gaming.
Probably backing up a truck.
The students really do come here as leaders, and they continue to build on that through various activities.
Many of our students at W&L take on leadership roles voluntarily and eagerly.
There's also really quiet leaders in the classroom who lead by example, who lead just by being kind, and people want to follow them.
W&L has a type of student very driven. It seems like everybody here finds a leadership position pretty quickly. I wound up in charge of the peer counseling program, student worship band, and my a cappella group.
I do a lot of work with first-year students. When first-year students come and they want to do theater for the first time, I definitely try to introduce them to not only theater professors, but other upperclassmen theater students, so that when they show up to an audition, you can kind of pump them up, calm them down, get them really excited.
As a senior on the team this year, I view my role as passing forward that fantastic experience I had, being able to be a resource for the new first-year class that we brought in.
They're leaders in the community. They get involved in lots of different initiatives.
Not only do they like giving back to the community, they actually see the fruits of their labor while they're here.
One class that I took that had an emphasis on community-based learning was a food for thought, neuroscience, and nutrition class. We made videos to walk kids through food groups and nutrition.
I'm a part of the Neighbors Service League. I've mainly served through Campus Kitchen.
Campus Kitchen is a really great organization that helps combat food insecurity in the area around here.
We have an engineering course that allows students to study traffic flow in the local Lexington community and to make recommendations. Mock Convention is a moment every 4 years where W&L students create a political nominating convention. It is completely student-run. It is a learning experience for them, and it's something that our entire community takes part in. Students learn to lead in ways that prepare them to succeed long after they graduate from W&L.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, being a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
After a tightly contested first half, W&L leads 1-0 against the Catholic Cardinals here at Alston Parker Watt Field. Welcome you back. I'm Kaden Buss, along with my partner, Shane Riley. So Shane, what do you think Catholic needs to do to change to get a little bit more shape to their offense in this second half? And how can W&L improve their offense? Because through 3 halves of play so far, W&L only has 1 goal coming off of a foul drawn by Wemi Agbayegbe. It's a beautiful goal by Lucas Pleasance, but how can W&L get a little bit more shape as well as Catholic so that they can kind of feel themselves into the season, and what does Coach Shabazz along with Coach Keenan need to change?
Well, for Catholic, I think just more intensity on the offensive side of the ball. As we talked about many times in that first half, they just didn't really have numbers for their offensive possessions. They would cross the ball up and there'd only be 1 or 2 bodies in the box, whereas W&L has 6 defenders in the box. That's just clearly not going to get a goal for you if you have that kind of mismatch. So for them, force the issue a little bit, get some intensity. Yeah, it might leave you a little vulnerable on that defensive side of the ball, but if you're going to come back in this game, you got to get a goal. So for Catholic, I think they need to really force the issue. And for W&L, they've done a lot of good things. The passing in that final third has been a little questionable. Some of the crosses just haven't really found the target, so maybe work on their passing, get a little more accurate. And defensively, they've been great. Can't really ask for much more there. And Catholic's defense, too, that second half of the first half, they really locked it down. So defensively, both teams are really going to continue that, but Catholic really need to force the issue and put some pressure on that W&L defense because they really haven't had to face anything.
And how about Lucas Pleasance with what a goal just outside the 18, sneaking it right underneath that Catholic defensive wall as we're getting ready to go here in the second half. It's like Catholic's coming out with a little bit different of a starting lineup. Number 11, Azaria Tawaderos is in, looking to provide a little bit more spark after everything he did after checking in early for Joe DeAngelis. Catholic getting ready to go, fired up. W&L still keeping it together, trying to hold on to this lead and get their first win of the year. Catholic really needing to get after it, a little bit more energy. Look for Coach Keenan to get a few more subs in, fresh legs, as well as a little bit of additional motivation. Again, going back to last week, W&L came out flat in the second half versus Johns Hopkins. They can't have that happen here. Otherwise, they might be in trouble. But Catholic, kind of the opposite story, surging back against Roanoke College. The late goal, trying to come back. Now at center circle, it would be Holden Woodings kicking it back.
And for Catholic, too, actually, they brought in their sophomore goalkeeper, Owen Allegro, replacing Pickerel from that first half. Pickerel, I thought, did a good job, but looking for a different look in that goalkeeper position for them.
Pickerel being really aggressive off his line, maybe now trying to adjust towards the future with Owen Allegro.
And Allegro last year was the Landmark Conference Rookie of the Year, and he received first-team honors. So,
Charlie Paparella, midfielder, also checking in, along with Tommaso Bertolini, freshman defender, number 30. So Catholic really coming out with a different look, trying to get some fresh legs. It's there on the attack here with a throw-in just outside the W&L's 18. There's a throw-in right into the box. It's deflected off of Holden Woodings,
but if you're
the
Catholic,
UNC Greensboro transfer.
You got to like that start. First minute, getting an offensive look. Wasn't a great throw, but just having bodies up there will give them a little more confidence going forward.
Here's Will Joseph, the junior goalkeeper, directing traffic in front of him. Looking to keep this clean sheet going to get his first clean sheet of the year. Deflected by Owen Maher, the captain for Catholic. As Liam Giblin's getting after it here against the freshman Ryan Sharp. Ryan Sharp winning that. Here's Willie Hall. Right to Lewick. Deflected out by Holden Woodings, and Hall doing it again, looking for an open general or Sharp. Get in position, and it's just deflected out once again Not really moving. 3 consecutive throw-ins from the same spot for Willie Hall. So Agbayegbe surrounded by Catholic, who's coming out really strong start with a lot of energy so far. A little bit of different of a start for them, and W&L needing to keep that energy up. They're only up 1 goal here, even though it's felt like they've dominated it. Beautiful slide there from Luick. Through ball up, deflected by Bertolini. Back to Taha Kaba. Here's the first-year Sharp, looking to dribble through traffic.
Sharp has been very electric today, creating some chances, dribbling through defenders, and has some good passes too.
Backing it out.
I look to keep getting it to him.
Backing it out in a little 3-man game between Taha Kaba, Sharp, and Asa Tuki. Tuki boots it over, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick, or rather a foul.
I think he got him once
Tuki
he kicked that ball. He may have leg followed through and hit the Catholic player in the leg.
Pretty clean game thus far through the first half. Couple fouls here and there. Got a little chippy about halfway through the first half, but since then it's cleaned up a lot. No cards issued by the center referee. So now Owen Allegro will come out the side of the goal, looking to boot it up for Catholic. Catholic's looking to get something going. So Wooding's chasing. So Willie Hall possesses the ball. Hall outside to Tulla. Tulla keeping it in. Looks like the ball might have skipped out of bounds. Maher once again taking the throw in.
Maher's been very active for Catholic. I would say definitely their best player of the game so far.
Maher's showing patience, but just boots it right over to PJ Ryan. And now W&L looking like they have a chances. Wemi Agbayegbe with a beautiful touch outside to Taha Kaba. Here's Kaba. Going to take him one-on-one. Kaba directing traffic as Sharp got a good look at it, but it was just deflected by Owen Maher once again, coming up big for Catholic.
Yeah, W&L have just not been able to get clean shots once they get it right in front of that goalie. The Catholic defenders have done a good job of deflecting. And then, like we said earlier in that first half, the goalie's been coming out, being very aggressive, not allowing W&L players to really get a hold in that box.
Be another goal kick for Allegro. Booting it up over midfield. Looks like it'll be a foul on Spencer Furman. Puts his hands up in the air.
Couple early fouls for W&L. They want to hold their composure. Last game they had 4 second-half yellow cards, so don't want to see a repeat of that today.
A big part of the reason why that was going down 2-0. Kind of getting a little bit frustrated in their season opening. Looking to keep the energy up as they have had a good look. Ryan Sharp just unable to finish as it was deflected off a Catholic defender. If you're W&L, really want to keep those looks going, but Catholic has come out with a lot of energy. Beautiful ball there, but deflected by PJ Ryan once again. Now Lucas Pleasance is up, and the Generals are on the attack, but just.
Yeah, I think Pleasance there a little early with that pass. He had a lot more room to run. I don't think that it was necessary to make that pass there. He could have maybe another 20 feet. He could have had that pass, but
well, and Lucas Pleasance also had the option of first-year Ryan Sharp, who's been superb, but also on the other side you have Wemi Agbayegbe, the third-team All-American. Absolute star for this Generals team. That's just kind of how the game of soccer goes. Just one misstep, a little bit not enough.
A little impatience
on the ball.
Too.
Patient. Now W&L really getting back after it, trying to apply the pressure. It's Maher plays a through ball. Tuki, calm and composed, able to clear it up. There's Kaba, and here comes Kaba. It's just deflected as Wemi Agbayegbe was waiting for that one to just soar over Catholic.
These Catholic defenders are just always in the right place at the right time. They're doing a good job of not allowing these passes to get through for W&L on offense.
Looks like PJ Ryan is down after using his body as a shield, and PJ Ryan, first-team All-ODAC defender, captain, 3-year starter for this Generals team, and coming into his 4th year, really looking to hold this defense down and be that defensive anchor that holds the back line for the Generals. He's done everything today. And he'll look to keep it up.
Yeah, Kaden, that Generals back line has been superb, especially coming up on offense too, creating chances, but not allowing Catholic to really establish any kind of offense.
Joseph plays it up, and it's a little bit of tic-tac-toe. Tukey's there to clean it up. There's the Generals gain possession, and who else but PJ Ryan able to possess it. Hall on the outside, surveying the field, finds Tola, but Tola just a step too slow. Looks like he might have been
there.
Looks like Tola might have been caught up by the turf.
Coach Shabazz doesn't look very happy with that play. Directing traffic out there on the field.
It's a part of first-year head coach just trying to get to know his players. And
a little bit about Coach Shabazz. He came from Kalamazoo. He was there for 12 years. He led them to 10 plus wins in 5 seasons, a national ranking and NCAA tournament berth. So he's looking to carry that over into this W&L team because they do have those championship aspirations. And it's going to be big shoes to fill for him, but he thinks he has the tools to get it done, and so far they've shown that today.
There's Catholic after the attack, able to regain possession. Played outside for Liam Giblin, who's had a good day on the outside. Had really Catholic's only offensive opportunity as it's a through ball from Owen Maher, played out of bounds, cleared. It'll be a corner for Catholic. A smart play by sophomore Spencer Furman. Coltabiano be the one who lines up to take corner for W&L. For Catholic.
This is only the 3rd corner that they will face this season, so perhaps working through some kinks on this defense.
Who else but PJ Ryan there to break it up for the Generals. As Lohman was able to rip a shot, but there, Liam Giblin lowering the shoulder on Lucas Pleasance, but it'll be another Catholic corner. Looks like this time, again, it'll be Coltabiano trotting out to take the corner kick. Coltabiano into the box, over, and right there is Moody Jaga. Jaga inside for Holdings, and Holdings looking to get a quality look, rips it, and how about Will Joseph being Johnny on the spot? Able to hop up and get the save, punch it out of bounds, but again, it'll be another Catholic corner, the 3rd consecutive corner.
And if you're Catholic, this is exactly what you want, getting that offensive pressure that really did not exist in that first half. 3 corners in a row. Hopefully here they get a clean look off this corner because each one has been deflected so far.
Here's Coltabiano. It's like the referee will say do it again. It's like there was a little bit of shoving down in the box.
Yeah, if you're the referee, you don't want to allow any of that in the box. But pushing and shoving can be very common on these corners, but want to keep control of his game.
Really trying to keep a body on a body if you're the Generals and trying to gain space. There's Coltabiano serving it into the box. Again, it'll be knocked out of bounds. This time, it'll be a goal kick for Will Joseph. So a couple of quality opportunities there for Catholic, and really the best offense you've seen all day for the Cardinals has been those corner kicks.
Yeah, for them, they're really going to have to, they want to keep up that intensity because other than that, they really haven't had an extended stint on offense.
Here's Joseph with the goal kick to midfield, but who else but Owen Maher? Seeing a defensive masterclass between him and PJ Ryan. But Willie Hall able to use position, and here's Dimitri Tola trying to use that speed, but just knocked out of bounds by Michael Hanlon, the graduate student from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Be Willie Hall back to take the throw-in to Lucas Pleasance, who has General's only goal on the year. Back to Furman. Furman to Tukey, who's got space on the outside. Tukey to Kaba, who is tightly contested, but here comes Tukey.
Catholic player passed it to him there.
Tukey trying to play it inside for Wemi Agbayegbe, but just deflected. Now it'll be a throw-in.
Got to think they might bring up PJ Ryan again for his long throws.
Here comes the PJ Ryan signature, like you mentioned. PJ Ryan having a cannon of an arm, able to just throw it all the way into the box. Sometimes I think that he could just throw it right into the goal if he wanted to, Shane.
Fortunately, I'm not sure those count, but that would be something to see.
Comes PJ Ryan into the box, but played out by Jarga. Here goes Dimitri Tola. Tola ripping a shot and just off the left post. Tola's had a couple of quality looks that have just been off, but it'll be a short corner that'll be played from Agbayegbe to Sharp into the box. Right there is a Catholic defender, Andrew Lohman.
Sleeping there with that quick corner, but Catholic was on top of it.
Now Allegro playing outside to clean everything up. Now he'll play it to Luke Lillis. Or rather, Jarga. To Bertolini. To Woodings. Woodings to the outside. And he's called off by the referee on the opposite side, looking like he has a good view of the back line that's been held by none other than P.J. Ryan all day. I got to tell you, Shade, been really impressed so far through this game, what we've seen between P.J. Ryan and Owen Maher, two defenders that have just put together an absolute masterclass of a performance.
Yeah, and Owen Maher is one of those part of that two-headed dragon of him and Moody Jaga, who are both first-team All-Landmark last season. They've been really showing their stuff. Been doing great on defense, really locking it down for him, especially in the second half.
Here, a little bit of tic-tac-toe in the middle of the field. Willie Hall's there to possess it. He'll play an outside ball for Kaba, but instead Andrew Lohman will be there, playing it back to the goalkeeper, Allegro. Back to Lohman. To Bertolini. In the middle of the field for Hanlon. Back to Jarga. Now it looks like Liam Giblin will play it up. There's got some space for Woodings. Woodings looking on the attack to Giblin. And it's played out of bounds by Spencer Furman, who has just taken an absolute jump in his sophomore season this year. Started out a little shaky as a freshman, but then came on the second half of the year.
Yeah, it's just a confidence thing mostly, I think, for him, and you can see it. He's got a lot of confidence. He sprinted to that ball. He's been all over the field today, too. He's been coming up on offense. He's really been active today in this game.
Again, Furman right there to clean up that earlier cross right into the middle of the box. But now it'll be played to Maher. Maher coming up, playing some offense for Catholic, as you can sense the urgency. Tukey just clearing it out.
Yeah, it's almost like the roles have been reversed this half. Catholic have been the ones pushing, and W&L have been content to... They've taken their chances, but they've been content to sit back and be patient with it.
Now Matthew Jenkins will check in for Dimitri Tola. And Nick Apostle in. Nick Apostle checking in for Ryan Sharp, first-year center mid. A little bit of two-man game. Here comes Catholic on the attack once again. Here's a good look for Woodings. Woodings able to sneak it right by Will Joseph. And a little bit of complacency there by the Generals backline for the first time today, as Woodings just able to sneak it right by the outreached hands of Will Joseph.
Yeah, there wasn't much Joseph could do there. Once he got through, it was pretty much just a one-on-one, and he had a great look at it, and he made him pay.
It looks like the referee will be issuing a yellow to someone on the sideline, potentially for excessive celebration, as the Catholic University Cardinals have equalized here with the Generals with just 28 minutes to go in this game.
I believe that card was on Maxim Pensock on the bench, number 2. But they probably don't care. They got their equalizer. Now this is a game.
Here comes the Generals looking to come in and just spark some instant offense. As Nick Apostolu's really hustling out there. But now Catholic is motivated as Gibbons playing some defense and playing it up. Apostolu just shoved out of bounds by Michael Hanlon.
And for W&L now, you can't sit back and be content anymore with just playing defense. You gotta get up, force the issue, play like you did in that first half. Don't want to repeat a last game where you can see 2 second-half goals within like 10 minutes of each other.
Michael Hanlon shoves down Furman right across center field. 2 physical plays there by Hanlon, one with Nick Apostolu, and then there with Furman this time called for the foul. Now it'll be Lucas Pleasance, who had the outstanding goal earlier, playing it all the way over to Tukey. Here's Tukey in the middle of the field for Jenkins. Jenkins looks like he gets tripped up. No call by the referee. Back to Pleasance in the middle of the field. It's got Willie Hall on the outside. Hall playing it inside. Wemi Agbaegbe's right there, but it was deflected outside by Jarga. Here's Pleasance hustling, getting his foot on the ball, and now it's one-on-one Apostolu versus Owen Maher, who's had a defensive masterclass. Apostolu with an outstanding cross sliding down, and now
looks like another W&L throw.
It'll be a W&L throw and just short of the corner.
If you're W&L, maybe you think about switching it up besides throwing it in, but here they go.
It's time now. Jenkins gonna leave it there for Willie Hall. Willie Hall sneaking it into the box, but P.J. Ryan wasn't able to get a head on it. Here comes Tukey up. The physical play against Woodings. Holden Woodings, who had that earlier goal. A little bit of a physical play from Tukey. Looks like Tukey's going to be issued a yellow card. No malintent, just a little bit of a wrong place, wrong time scenario for Tukey. It seems he was trying to get up in the air, get a head on that ball, and keep the Generals in Catholic's third.
It looks like the referee was pulling out a red card at first there, but pulled out the yellow. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit of an egregious red card, I would say.
Yeah,
no malintent.
Definitely no malintent. Just playing the ball.
Just a physical play on the ball in the air. Could classify it as dangerous as Tukey went over Wooding's back, but now
yellow card's a good call, I think.
There's Tukey once again getting his head on the ball, the captain, trying to rally the Generals back into this game, take the lead again for him. So there's Maher. Maher playing a nice ball, but who else but Asa Tukey bouncing back with another header. It's Catholic content with possessing the ball.
Yeah, their possession and their passes this half have been much better, much more accurate, which, as we saw, led to like that goal-scoring opportunity. you're W&L, you want to get back to what you were doing in that first half of controlling the ball, controlled passes, because they've been a little errant this half.
Tawadros has really come in this half. Remember, he checked in early in the game for Joe DeAngelis when he went down with an apparent face injury, who we've since learned is better. But Tawadros has really been everywhere on the field. He has the assist today.
Yeah, and for that Catholic goal, it was a great build-up on this near side. Just good passing, patient passing, and paid off for them.
Wemi Agbaegbe really coming up and pressuring Jarga as Allegro's there to clear the ball. Will Luke plays it back to Furman, who's playing with it in the air a little bit in a dangerous play. But luckily for the Generals, skips off the leg of Holden Woodings. Now it'll be another Generals throw-in for Willie Hall. Wemi Agbaegbe really getting after it, using his body, using his strength.
And actually on the sidelines, I could hear one of their assistant coaches yelling double him, so that does leave somebody open if you're doubling Agbaegbe.
Agbaegbe has just been hounded by Catholic defenders all day long. But now it'll be a throw-in for W&L. To get in the box, and it just skips through, but right there to clear it up was Michael Hanlon. Pass it back to Asa Tukey. Tukey plays it back into the box. Buster Kuig there. A little bit of physical play in the box, and now Catholic's up, trying to get after it, but Spencer Furman, a little bit of a case of right place, right time right there. Pass to Tukey, Tukey to Hall. Here comes Hall, and Agbaegbe looks like he was tripped up by Jarga. Looks like the referee having a substitute. Number 4, Ben Zimmer, who started this game, is in for Michael Hanlon.
Coach Shabazz right now on the sidelines does not look happy with his team's play. Looks like he's trying to get them to push up, just giving them the hand motions, like move it up, push it up. Because I think he feels like his team is sort of getting complacent like they did in that last game in the second half.
That's one of the struggles you have as a first-year head coach, really trying to get to know your players and how to motivate them.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, especially in college sports.
Here's Kuig looking to take the throw-in. Directing traffic, being patient with it as we approach the 22-minute mark in this second half. Will Luke, but it looks like Lucas Pleasance is down on the far side. No physical play there. Must have just rolled his leg, like you said earlier in the game. Could have been the turf monster that got him.
Looks like the ref is issuing a foul, though.
Now it'll be Lucas Pleasance getting back up to take the free kick. Comes Pleasance with that earlier goal right outside of the 18. This time a little bit further out, but never too far out for Lucas Pleasance.
And on these set pieces, they've really struggled to get ahead on it, so you really want to see something happen here.
Played over to P.J. Ryan, and P.J. Ryan just heads it out of bounds right off the left post.
Yeah, other than that one set-piece goal, W&L set pieces haven't been too efficient. They haven't looked too good. A lot of them have just been cleared out by Catholic. That was the first one in a while that they've actually gotten ahead on, and it just went right out of play.
Now it'll be Sandor French subbing in for Lucas Pleasance, the lone goal scorer for the Generals this year. Sandor French junior, looking to take a step forward. He missed the entire 2023 season after playing in 14 games in his freshman year. Not too sure what to expect out of him, but looking to take that step forward and be a really important piece for the Generals. As Luick controlling midfield. Outside to Tukey. Tukey looking to press up. He's got some time. Jenkins back for Tukey, and Tukey just plays it over, but Apostlu hustling. Owen Maher's there once again, but Apostlu called off sides for the Generals.
Looks like Ryan Sharp, that electric first year, is getting ready to check in again. Hopefully he'll be able to bring a spark for the Generals off the bench, something that they desperately need at this moment.
Sharp has done a great job of just controlling the midfield for the Generals, stepping up and being a real big piece you can insert and rely on offensively, defensively, and just getting after every loose ball as it bounces off the heads of Jenkins. A Catholic player. A little bit of hustle there from both teams. Now Ben Zimmer getting after it, and he'll take the throw in for Catholic. Instead, he'll drop it. It'll be Liam Giblin. And now Hayden Lim will check in for Catholic. For Coltabiano. Franch takes it. Jenkins on the outside for Tukey.
Both teams now really struggling to get anything going on offense, sort of just change of possessions in the middle of the field. Back and forth.
Spencer Furman gets beat. Now Catholic having an opportunity. Here's Ben Zimmer. Ben Zimmer ripping a shot right at Will Joseph right there to clean it up. And Will Joseph looks like he wants his team to get up, get going.
Great positioning there by Joseph. He knew exactly where that ball was going. Had his hands right in position to get it.
It's like Hall just hounded by two defenders as Liam Giblin, Joe DeAngelis, both getting up. Applying pressure, nowhere for Willie Hall to go. Now Owen Maher take a kick. Played in the box, and Tukey gets ahead on it. So does Jenkins. Sharp playing it over. There's Franch. Franch outside for Apostlu. Apostlu cleaning up possession outside for Willie Hall. Willie Hall going to play it up for Agbayegbe, and there's Jarga once again holding down that defensive line for Catholic. Willie Hall there to corral the kick from the keeper. Tukey on the outside, dribbling up. He's got time for Jenkins. Jenkins playing it back for Will Luick. To Franch, and now W&L looks like they're getting something going with possession outside for Apostlu. Apostlu surveying the field, trying to get something going, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Generals.
It looked like it might have hit Apostlu's foot, so it might be a break here for the Generals on that call.
Liam Giblin was appealing for goal kick for Catholic. Now it'll be a corner taken by Sharp. Franch in the short corner, but Sharp waves him away. It's like the first year stepping up, taking a big corner kick for the Generals. Soars over, and P.J. Ryan gets ahead on it.
Just can't hit it cleanly.
Looks like be a foul on P.J. Ryan.
Yeah, I think he may have used the defender in front of him to get a little bit of leverage, push off him maybe a little bit.
Now we're at the 15-minute mark in this game. Both Catholic and W&L tied after W&L took an early lead, and now Catholic seems to have the momentum in their direction. W&L's offense has gotten stagnant, and defensively they were just asleep one play, and Catholic was able to beat them. Looks like it'll be deflected out by Tukey. Now 2 Catholic players checking in. Jacob Rocha checking in for Liam Giblin. And now Andrew Lohman checking out. For Francesco Tucci.
I believe that other sub was Corey Magro, sophomore midfielder.
It's Maher, the outside for Rocha. There's Joseph to clean it up.
Joseph had a great game. That one goal, can't really fault it on him. His back line sort of let him down there. And he's had a couple nice saves. Looking to continue that the rest of this one.
Tukey up. Sharp tried to get it to Agbaegbe, but Catholic deflecting it, and that one just off the foot of Ryan Kelly as Catholic had a golden opportunity, but now Tukey possessing it.
Strong run from Tukey.
There's Apostolou now, soars right over his head. A little bit of a strong boot there by Tukey, but now it'll look like substitutes will be checking back in.
Looks like Tola for Apostolou.
Tola checking in for Apostolou. Lucas Pleasance checking in for Will Lewick. And to get some fresh legs as we approach the 15-minute mark. Dimitri Tola with that speed and Lucas Pleasance with a general soul goal on the year.
Yeah, every time Tola's had the ball today, he's been making something happen. It's been few and far between, but he's had some good runs today that I'd look to get the ball out to him, especially with his fresh legs. Like a
Willie
handball
Hall.
there.
Looks like Catholic bench was pleading for a handball, but remember, it has to be intentional. Tola gets it on the outside and making a quick first step. Here's Tola showing off what he can do as he's fouled hard by Jacob Rocha right outside the 18, and we'll see if Lucas Pleasance will take it for a little bit more of Lucas Pleasance magic. Try to take the lead. About 6-7 yards outside the 18.
And Rocha picking up a yellow card for that hit on Tola. And like I said, Tola, first touch, makes something happen. We'll see if they can execute this set piece.
Looks like it'll be one of Agbaegbe, Sharp, or Pleasance, and Agbaegbe walks away, so it'll be Sharp or Pleasance deciding what they want to do here with it.
Looks like they might be looking for the pass.
Sharp will take it, punch it into the box, but deflected away by Maher. Now Sharp will possess it right out front, looking for another beautiful cross in. Again, just deflected away by a Catholic defender.
Yeah, right now it just looks like the Catholic defenders wanted more.
Here's Willie Hall playing it outside for Pleasance. Pleasance getting all the way down there for a beautiful pass to Agbaegbe, but Agbaegbe right to Owen Allegro, the keeper, right in the middle. It looks like Agbaegbe might have rushed that shot, trying to get that beautiful first touch that you know he can do. Had it in the goal, but just
yeah, you like to
Owen
think it maybe
Allegro.
he took a moment there to compose the ball, compose himself, that he might be able to put a shot where Allegro couldn't get, because he was very close to that goal. It would have been a tough save if he would have been able to put that into one of the corners.
Sharp getting up from the pass in the back line by Tukey. As Catholic will make a couple more substitutions. Liam Giblin subbing in. Andrew Lohman and Azaria Tawadros all subbing in for Catholic, trying to give them some more fresh legs for the Cardinals as they look to soar in this last dozen minutes.
And
as the Catholic bench erupts.
They've been upset with many calls today, but especially there.
Looks like Catholic wanted to play advantage and said the referee calling it back.
Catholic bench definitely making their emotions felt out there on the field.
Tawadros, rather. Hayden Lim will line up to take it. Slim, cross right in for the middle for Maher, and it'll bounce off of Will Joseph's hands. Will Joseph was right there for the save, but how about Owen Maher with a beautiful pass into the box from Hayden Lim. Owen Maher being everywhere on defense and now making something happen on offense. The first team all-conference defender for the Cardinals, and that's just a mistake you don't usually see from Will Joseph, as he's upset with himself, understandably, holding himself to such a high standard as a goalkeeper looking to take that next step. Now the Generals trail 2-1 against this Catholic team.
And for basically all parts of the Generals defense, there's catastrophic. Nobody marking Maher, free run into the ball, and then Joseph just, it's in his hands and he just drops it. That's pretty much it. But terrible defense there. You have to get a guy on Maher. He was just a free run into the box, a free header. That's what happens.
Will Joseph putting himself right in the right position, doing everything right. Those are just one of the little mistakes that you can make. You know, he's going to look at that as a learning opportunity and definitely look to bounce back.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of Joseph there, but it's in the rearview mirror now for him. You got to think W&L are really going to put the pressure up now, needing a goal to equalize here.
Now here's Hall clearing it up, but there's Jarga, who's held it down in the back line along with Maher all day long today.
Just almost exactly like their previous game, a meltdown in the second half, conceding 2 goals. We'll see if they're able to snatch one back today, unlike their game against Johns Hopkins.
You know, this W&L team has so much talent, and it's so early in the season, still trying to figure out things with a new coach. There's no panic time here in Lexington yet. You sure would have liked to come in here and continued that second half just like the first. But now that's, like you said, in the rearview mirror, and the Generals are going to look to pressure with this final 9:49 or so as Will Lewick is shoved down to the ground by Liam Giblin.
And you got to think that Catholic are just going to put up a brick wall on defense these final 10.
Tukey playing on the outside, and just a heavy touch there from Tukey. Played up for Sharp. Sharp to Pleasance, and here might be a good opportunity for the Generals. Pleasance playing it inside. Right there is Owen Maher jumping in front of it, but Agbayegbe getting a good look at it. And the rocket of a foot that Agbayegbe has, sailing it right over the top of the net.
Yeah, W&L might start to force the issue a little bit and just try to throw something in on goal, because you never know what can happen. You saw it with Will Joseph. It can be in the goalie's hands and fall right out of it. Just want to make that goalie work.
W&L's offense this entire second half has been stagnant. Haven't had much going, and That was one of the few opportunities they've had this game.
They've had a few isolated chances this half, but nothing really, no real consistent offensive chances. Sort of a flip-flop for these teams in this half compared to the first.
It looks like Catholic was about to get another opportunity, but P.J. Ryan able to step up, intercept the pass. Luke playing it forward for Kaba. Kaba just a soft touch, but Tola right there to gather it. Tola's tripped up.
Catholic bench not happy with that one again, but he did get his foot there. That is a good call by the ref.
It's Francesco Tucci able to gather it. Here comes Taha Kaba. It's been quiet all day long. Kaba just loses the ball to Matucci as he fires it out of bounds into the Generals stands. Comes P.J. Ryan once again. Playing over to Luke. Luke to Furman.
No one there on the end of the Tukey pass. Ball sails out of play.
Kaba loses it again. The Generals offense can't get much going, but how about P.J. Ryan stepping up and being strong? A brick wall on defense right there. And the Generals finally sensing some urgency. Tukey on the outside. Playing it to Luick. Right in the middle of the field. Here's Will Luick. Looking for Kaba. Kaba for Willie Hall. Hall crossing it in. It's just right over the net. Not the kind of look that you want if you're W&L.
You got to think for the Generals about why they didn't come out with this energy in the first 40 or so minutes of this half. But like we said, that's in the rearview mirror now. They've got to focus on these next 6 minutes. For Catholic, they're doing a great job right now on defense. I wouldn't change much for them.
Allegro sailing it over to Furman. Headed towards Catholic, and right there's Willie Hall. Gathered by Tola, but just not able to get his body on it. Now DeAngelis to Wadros, but now Tukey gathers it. Tukey to Tola. Tola has some room in the corner. Going to play it in the short corner. Playing it into the box. There's Sharp. Sharp right into the middle of the field, dribbling through traffic to Pleasance. Pleasance ripping a shot, and a nice save there from Allegro. Really great placement there from Lucas Pleasance.
Just needed a little more on it. It was a pretty weak shot, pretty easy save for Allegro, but for W&L, you'll take any shot you can get at this point.
Comes Allegro. As W&L continues the pressure. Furman up, but here comes Will Joseph coming out of the goal, and it's a dangerous play for Joseph, but he's able to gather it. As it's played back there from Jarga. It's like that was a dangerous play there from Jarga. Playing it back on his head like that. Back to Allegro. Surprised the referee didn't say anything about intentional play backwards. As Lucas Pleasance is bumped from behind, he gets right back up and plays it right away as it's intercepted by Maher and just dead stop for Giblin. Will Joseph coming out of goal to be that extra player for the Generals. Joseph to Furman. Furman clears it, but nothing doing there. Now Furman having to step up. Along with Taha Kaba right there in the mix, trying to play some defenses. The Generals are really starting to sense the urgency. And
yeah, you got to think they're getting a little antsy here, especially when Catholic have the ball, because those are valuable seconds ticking away for them.
Here comes Catholic again. He'll gather the ball, but there's Furman. After DeAngelis trips up, here's Kaba. Kaba has room to work. To Sharp. Sharp tog by Egbe. Out to Willie Hall, back to Sharp. Just playing a little bit of a three-man game using the triangles. Back to Sharp, right in the middle of the field. Sails it right over the opposite side. He was looking for Lucas Pleasance, but it wasn't there. Here comes Will Lewick. But Will Lewick is intercepted.
That was some of the best
Matucci.
passing we've seen from W&L up front, but then just a careless pass that went right to a Catholic player.
Comes Joseph. It's a stoppage. So Matucci is down.
Just looks like some fatigue, perhaps.
It's like Cardinals will be content to get some fresh legs in, and now Apostolou will be checking in for Willie Hall. Willie Hall, the defender, and then you have Apostolou coming in looking to maybe get towards a more offensive-centric focus for the Generals now that they're down with only 3 minutes to go. Here comes Tukey. Tukey inside, but nowhere to go. No teammates going to him. Tukey really hustling, trying to do everything he can. Here comes Pleasance. Pleasance with a beautiful shot that just misses the right post.
I think Allegro got a hand on that one, pushed it out. I'm not sure if that one was going to go in, but either way, it's a great... Or did he not?
Looks like it'll be a goal kick for Allegro. As Pleasance just off the corner of the post. What a shot there from Lucas Pleasance, who has really done everything for the Generals so far here today. He's been their only offense. Wemi Agbe has had a couple good looks. As Catholic will just be content with clearing it out as seconds continue to run off.
W&L just have not been able to string a consistent possession together more than a couple times this half, which is really coming back to bite them now.
Sharp cleaning it up, and now be a free run for Liam Giblin, who's standing there 1-on-4 as the Generals come back on defense. Now it'll be another corner for Catholic.
You got to think Catholic are going to try to eat as much time as they possibly can here.
Catholic in no rush whatsoever to take this corner. You see Owen Maher getting a drink of water on the sideline after he did everything he possibly could today, doing everything on defense and offense. Catholic playing the short corner, and now it'll be a throw-in for the Generals. Here comes Will Lewick trying to get up. Played over to Kaba, but Kaba having to hustle over it as it was a sloppy pass there, and now Kaba surveying the field, trying to find an open teammate. Played back. For Anthony Recchia. But here comes Apostolou. Apostolou played inside to the corner for Tukey. Comes Tukey with the cross inside. But Jarga there to just deflect it straight into the air, and what a play there from the goalkeeper, Owen Allegro, who's had a superb second half. And Catholic just content to let this time continue to wind down as Allegro boots it over as we cross the 1 minute point left in this half. Now Catholic just once again eating away at possession. Into the corner for Joe DeAngelis. DeAngelis challenged by Apostolou, and that'll be awarded.
And W&L might not get another chance
Catholic.
here.
Now it looks like there's a time stoppage from the referee. Center official starting a time stoppage just as Catholic continues to eat away at this clock. W&L really going to need some urgency here as it's only 23 seconds. They've got possession, looking for a little bit of magic. Comes W&L. There's Kaba dribbling. surveying the field, over to Sharp. Here comes Sharp. Sharp into the box. 1st year, over to Apostle. Here comes Apostle with a cross right over the goal. So Waimi Agbayegbe looks on hopelessly. And how about the Catholic Cardinals coming in to Alston Parker Watt Field to upset the number 3 W&L Generals fresh off an appearance to the Final Four, now starting their year 0-2 after a loss on Friday against Johns Hopkins. What went wrong for the Generals today, Shane?
Well, just that second half. Exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Not coming out flat-footed, coming out with no energy, kind of complacent, accepting the fact that they had that 1-goal lead and kind of being content with that. Whereas you got to think that you got to come out with that fire. You got to come out wanting to score another goal, because a 1-0 lead in soccer, as we saw, can change just like that.
After starting the year 0-2, now the Generals will shift their focus forward to their September 13th game. They have almost 2 weeks off, which will be against Oglethorpe University at a neutral site. Generals really looking to build on this experience. These last 2 tests against NCAA tournament teams that made the tournament last year, and once again, NCAA tournament caliber teams this year.
And you got to think for Catholic, they got to be really happy to get their coach Connor Keenan his first win there. Break off some of the nerves, break off some of the nerves for the coach, especially himself, that now he's established himself, and they'll look to get going with their season. Winning the conference last year, it's a good way to start, beating the number 3 team in the country.
For the Generals, though, the season's not lost yet. Couple little mistakes here and there, with a new coach and Coach Shabazz. He's going to work on these things with his guys, get used to his pieces, get used to the offense, and really going back to the drawing board. Having a 2-week break before they play Oglethorpe will be really beneficial for this Generals team. So, as many of you Generals fans may know, going to the Final Four 2 times in the last 3 years. They've gotten slow starts almost every year since, so nothing to worry about quite yet. That's all here from Alston Parker Watt Field. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kaden Buss from my partner Shane Riley. Thank you so much. We close out here on the Washington and Lee Sports Network.